Have you ever felt that inexplicable weight on your chest or shoulders, as if you were carrying the entire world? It may seem physical, but deep down, you know it's not just that. This discomfort does not disappear with a simple rest, because it does not come from the body, it comes from the soul. What almost no one talks about is that these sensations can be signs of something much deeper, a spiritual weight accumulated over time, the result of repressed emotions, disconnections with your life purpose and even other people's energy. The truth may surprise you, this weight is not there to defeat you, but to transform you. Behind it are powerful messages about who you are, what you need to release, and how you can grow. Yes, facing this burden is uncomfortable, but it is also a unique opportunity to open the doors of self-knowledge and spiritual development. Do you want to discover how to transform this feeling into a force that can change your life? The answer may be closer than you think, and it starts here, now. There are moments in life when that feeling of heaviness, whether in the chest or shoulders, seems to be something more than physical fatigue. It's almost as if you carry an invisible burden, a spiritual weight, that transcends the body and affects the soul. This type of feeling often reflects internal battles, emotional conflicts, and even spiritual issues that have not yet been faced. Have you ever noticed how, after an intense argument or a day filled with difficult decisions, you feel as if the world is literally on your shoulders? This is the manifestation of something deeper, a call to look within and seek answers. This weight doesn't come out of nowhere, it is the accumulation of repressed emotions, postponed choices, and connections that are not good for us. Imagine a backpack that you carry every day, filling it with small pebbles, a hurt here, a worry there. At first, it's just an inconvenience, but over time, this backpack becomes unbearable. And, even worse, we often ignore the signs, thinking that the discomfort will go away on its own. But in reality, the body and mind are just begging for attention and care. Recognizing spiritual weight is the first step to relieving it. This could mean setting aside a quiet moment in your day, something as simple as walking in a park or meditating for 5 minutes. For those who feel that their mind is always in turmoil, practices such as writing a diary or listening to relaxing music can be transformative. Have you tried putting everything that is weighing on you down on paper? Sometimes when writing, the weight seems to dissolve between the words. Most importantly, realize that this weight is a messenger, not the enemy. It points to areas of internal transformation that need attention. Don't see discomfort as a punishment, but as an opportunity for self-knowledge. Perhaps this burden is there to remind you that you are ready to reconnect with your life purpose. And it is in this dive into oneself that true healing begins to emerge. When something is not right within us, the body finds ways to manifest itself, almost like a silent alert asking for attention. Tension in your shoulders, tightness in your chest, or that unexplainable fatigue can be more than just a tough day. These physical symptoms are clear signs that there are inner concerns waiting to be recognized. It's as if the body is saying, "Hey, there's something here that needs to be addressed." Have you ever felt that, no matter how much you rest, tiredness persists? This may be a direct reflection of emotions that have no space to be processed. The body is incredible at translating what the mind and spirit cannot express. Imagine, for example, that tension that appears in your neck after a day full of demands. This may be directly linked to the accumulated energy of responsibilities that you feel you cannot carry alone. And if you've been experiencing chest pain, perhaps it's time to reflect, am I stifling my emotions or avoiding something important? These answers are not always clear, but the first step is to notice what is happening and allow space for introspection. To deal with these signs, it is essential to integrate physical and emotional care practices. Simple stretches can help relieve tension in your shoulders, while breathing exercises calm your mind and heart. Try setting aside 5 minutes of your day to breathe deeply, inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. It seems basic, but believe me, it can make a huge difference in how you feel. Furthermore, taking care of your body with a good walk outside or a hot shower can be the gateway to better understanding these symptoms. And the most interesting thing is that when you start paying attention to your body, it responds. It's like listening to a friend who has been trying to get noticed for a long time. By paying attention to the signs he gives, you realize that each discomfort carries a message about your spiritual development. And, naturally, these messages begin to point to something even deeper, the emotions that need to be released so that you can move forward in your healing process. Holding on to emotions is like continually inflating a balloon without ever letting it deflate. There comes a time when it bursts, and, in life, the burst can be an emotional or even physical collapse. When we leave our emotions repressed, they find subtle, and not so subtle, ways to manifest themselves: inexplicable pain, constant irritation, or even that feeling that something is stuck in the throat. It's almost like trying to cover a pressure cooker without releasing the steam. One day, it explodes. That's why releasing these emotions is an essential act of self-care. But how to do this? First, identify what is stored inside. Maybe it's anger that's never been expressed, accumulated hurt, or sadness that you've learned to hide. A practical way to start is by writing. Take a notebook and, without censorship, get it all out: how you feel, who or what hurt you, and why it still weighs heavily. It doesn't have to be pretty, it needs to be true. The act of writing can bring an immediate lightness, as if you are removing layers of accumulated spiritual weight. Furthermore, allowing yourself to feel is fundamental. We are often afraid to face our emotions because we believe they will dominate us. But the truth is, when we give these emotions space to flow, they tend to lose strength. Crying, for example, is a powerful healing mechanism. Have you ever noticed how lighter you feel after letting the tears flow? So, allow yourself. Put on music that resonates with how you feel or find a quiet place to reflect. Remember, repressing emotions does not eliminate the problem, just postpone it. The more you allow yourself to process how you feel, the closer you come to genuine internal transformation. And this liberation process makes space for you to connect with your authenticity, that part of you that doesn't need to hide or carry unnecessary weight. And by releasing, you create the opportunity to discover something even greater: your life purpose. Feeling disconnected from your own life purpose is like walking through a maze with no way out. It's that feeling of emptiness, as if nothing you do really matters. Often, this misalignment arises because we are focused on pleasing others or following a path that is not truly ours. Have you ever stopped to think about whether what you are doing today reflects who you really are? The spiritual heaviness, in these cases, is a powerful reminder that something needs to change, that there is a more authentic life waiting for you. Discovering your life purpose isn't something that happens overnight, but it's also not as complicated as it seems. Start with small reflections. What makes your heart vibrate? What activities make you lose track of time? Sometimes the answers lie in the simple things you love but never prioritized. For example, if you find joy in helping people, perhaps your purpose involves serving in some way. This self-knowledge is like a compass that points to what really matters. The search for purpose also requires courage to let go of what does not resonate with your essence. It could be a career, a relationship, or even habits that no longer nourish you. And that doesn't mean abandoning everything at once, but questioning what you're holding on to out of fear or convenience. A good exercise is to make a list of things that bring emotional weight and another list of things that bring lightness. The goal? Feed more on what connects you to your authenticity and less on what diverts you from the path. Being aligned with your purpose is like finding a source of renewable energy within you. Everything flows more naturally, and even challenges seem lighter, because there is a clear direction. And, on this journey, each step becomes an opportunity for growth and internal transformation. And, when you feel this connection, you realize that even the spiritual weight begins to dissolve, preparing the ground for something even deeper, understanding how external energies also influence your journey. Have you ever noticed how some interactions leave you exhausted, even without having exerted much physical effort? This happens because we often absorb the energies of the people around us, and for those who are emotionally sensitive, this impact can be even more intense. That meeting full of tension or a conversation full of negativity can translate into a spiritual weight that isn't even yours, but that you carry as if it were. It's no wonder so many people describe this feeling as sucking all my energy. Being a highly sensitive person is a gift, but it also requires extra care. Protecting your accumulated energy starts with awareness of what is happening. A practical tip is to observe how you feel after spending time with certain people or in certain environments. Did you feel drained? Maybe it's time to set emotional boundaries. This may mean saying no more often or even creating moments to recharge your energy, away from external influences. Remember, taking care of yourself is not selfish, it is necessary. A powerful tool for protecting your energy is to create simple but effective rituals. For example, at the end of a hard day, try a bath with coarse salt or a moment of meditation with positive visualizations. Imagine a light around you, functioning as a shield against energies that do not belong to you. It seems small, but over time you will notice how it reduces the impact of external vibrations on your emotional balance. By learning to protect yourself, you discover that your emotional sensitivity can be used to your advantage. It allows you to perceive the world in a deeper way, connecting authentically to who and what really matters. And by creating this safe space for yourself, you become stronger to face the challenges that are part of the process of spiritual transformation, which, in fact, is a call to something greater, growing from difficulties and reinventing yourself. Internal transformation is like a storm that clears what is no longer useful, but it is not always easy to go through. Facing internal conflicts and dealing with the accumulated spiritual weight may seem daunting, but it is part of something much bigger, your spiritual development. Think of a butterfly. Before flying freely, she passes through the cocoon, a cramped and lonely space, but essential for her metamorphosis. Likewise, the moments of discomfort in your life are the cocoon that prepares you for something extraordinary. This process, however, does not happen by chance. It requires courage to face repressed emotions and whatever else is hidden. For example, a person who feels like they are not moving forward may realize that they need to let go of old patterns or beliefs that limit them. Have you tried looking at your challenges as lessons? Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What is this trying to teach me?" This simple change of perspective can transform pain into valuable learning. To make your journey easier, creating a space to reconnect with yourself is essential. How about starting with a small daily ritual? It could be something like meditating, writing down what you're feeling, or even walking quietly in nature. These simple practices help you release pent-up energy and find clarity in the midst of chaos. It is in this space that answers begin to emerge, almost like whispers from your soul guiding you in the right direction. And remember, transformation is not a destination, but a continuous path. Each step you overcome takes you closer to authenticity and emotional freedom. And the further you progress, the more prepared you feel to deal with challenges, understanding that they are part of your healing process. But this is just the beginning. What else awaits you on this journey? Only you can discover that, one step at a time. So, what are you going to do with all this you just discovered? Will you continue carrying this weight on your chest and shoulders, or will you finally take the first step towards freeing yourself? What is at stake here is not just a feeling of relief, but a golden opportunity for you to transform your life. Think about it. Who would you be without these repressed emotions, without this spiritual weight that prevents you from moving forward? The answer could be someone much lighter, more authentic and aligned with their own life purpose. But none of this happens alone. The healing process requires action, courage and a willingness to look within. How about starting with something simple today? Maybe take 5 minutes to meditate, write down your emotions, or even say no to something that's overwhelming you. The important thing is to take the first step, because true transformation begins when you decide that you deserve something better. And now, I want to challenge you. What will be your next step? Are you willing to release what no longer serves you and make space for a new version of yourself? Leave your answer here in the comments, I want to know. And if you want to continue learning and growing, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications and share this content with someone who needs to hear it. What comes next could be the most transformative chapter of your life, and you won't want to miss it.